watching our podcast. Real Estate Insider, where America goes for funding. Give us a call. Text my office, 832-431-6331. Definitely love to hear from you. Direct, nationwide commercial residential lender. We do our shows every week where we come to you live, talk about finance, real estate, credit, all of that stuff. And you guys can tune in and ask your questions. That's why we're here, to educate you, add value, empower you, give you all the information. Tonight's live is going to be focused on veterans and all the different type of veteran loans that we offer. I have a deep passion for military veterans and the home loans that we offer. We've been doing this for over 22 years, serving veterans and offering the most robust, flexible, low interest rate VA home loans across the country. So this is tonight for all the veterans. That we salute you and honor you guys and girls. And tonight that's what we're going to be talking about, breaking down the products, the requirements. So if you know anyone that is a veteran, whether they're trying to purchase or trying to refinance, please share this information with them about the VA. We're the nation's #1 lender for veteran home loans. We have the most robust program. We got on to a 500 credit score with the VA. A lot of people don't know that you can go down to that low of a credit score to get a VA home loan. They think you have to have a 620 or a 580 credit score. It's actually not true. If you look up the VA guidelines, there is no credit score requirement for a veteran to buy a house. So you can review this on departmentofveteranaffairs.gov. There is no credit score requirement. It's up to the lender to determine what score they're going to lend down to. So this is a very important thing, because when you're calling lenders, like, hey, what credit score do you lend down to? What are your VA requirements? And they're going to tell you, well, the VA requires a 620, the VA requires 640. It's not true. The VA has no credit score. We got onto a 500 credit score. So that's the point I'm trying to make. So now, the thing is that I'm not saying that we just want to cater to people that have lower credit scores, or they've had credit issues, and that's all we do. We do 700 credit scores, 800, 600. My point is that we have some of the most flexible underwriting requirements for the VA. So like if you're a disabled veteran, depending on what state you're in, then you could have your property taxes waived, where you actually don't have to pay your property taxes. So you might be on a fixed income and you're trying to qualify to be able to purchase your home. And if the taxes are $800 a month, that may affect you from actually qualifying for the loan. So the way you can get around that is if you have your property tax exemption that we can help you to file with your disability, then you can actually waive your property taxes in your debt to income ratio calculation. So this is a very big thing, because if you had to pay those property taxes, you may not be able to qualify for the loan. So that's something that we can help you do as your lender whenever we pre-approve you. And not every state offers it, but generally, states like Texas, for example, are very big about if you have disabilities, usually of 70% or higher, then you should be able to waive your property taxes. So obviously you got you have to check with your state and what the requirements are. But that's a really, really cool thing. But the VA has so many different loan programs, and that's what we're going to be discussing tonight. You can purchase a home with the VA, a single family home. You can purchase a duplex. You can purchase a 4-unit, multi-family property. You can build a house. You can buy the land and do a ground-up construction loan and build your house with the VA and get 100% financing. Okay. You can have 2 VA loans, 2 VA home loans at the same time. So you may already have a VA loan, and then you want to purchase another home at the VA. Well, then you're allowed to do that. Most lenders are aware of that you have your Tier 2 bonus entitlement that will allow you to be able to purchase another home without selling your current home or removing your current VA. You can tap into your bonus entitlement. And you may not even know because the bonus entitlement is not on your COE. So you may not have even been aware that you have bonus entitlement, but you do. Yeah. Can you get a mortgage without? Yes, of course. Absolutely. You don't need a 4506C, especially on a private mortgage. That's a good question. If you're doing a full doc loan, like a conventional loan or FHA loan, then you'd have to have that. But on a private loan or non-QM loan or DSCR, you definitely don't need that. Not at all. So, but going back to what I was saying, so you can do a ground up construction, a one-time close construction. This is not a two-time close, so you can buy your land and get 100% financing if you don't own the land, and then wrap the construction loan into the land. And then once the construction loan's done, it automatically rolls over to a permanent mortgage. So, and you can go up to a $1.5 million loan on the one-time close construction. So it's a really, really great product. The other thing that you can do is you can do a cash out refinance. So if you are already on a home, you already have a mortgage, whether it's VA or not, you can refinance into the VA and take cash out up to 100% of the value of the home. So let's just look for example that you currently have a VA, even whether you have a VA loan or conventional. Let's say you have a home that's worth 500,000 and you owe 300, okay? And you want to take the maximum cash out, you can take out up to 200,000 or 100% of the value of the home. You don't have to, but I'm saying you can. You can take out up to 100% value and pay off. You have to pay off the first mortgage, and then you would get 200,000 on top of that. And that's a VA cash out. And that's whether you currently have a VA loan or there's an FHA loan on there or a conventional loan, it doesn't matter. But you have that opportunity and privilege to be able to do that. So that's a really, really good program. The other thing, obviously, is that if you there's the VA IRRRL. I'm sure if you're a veteran and you've gotten a VA loan before, you've heard about the VA IRRRL. The IRRRL stands for Interest Rate Reduction Loan, and that's if you currently have a VA loan and then you want to refinance to lower your interest rate. So it's a streamlined refinance. So it's basically, no documentation, no income, no credit check. You have to be making your mortgage payment on time for the last 12 months, but no appraisal. You can usually close in a couple weeks. And then, yeah, you can lower your rate. Now, generally, when you're doing a VA IRRRL, that's with the presumption that you're going to be saving, at least 1% or more in your interest rate. So if you have a 7% and now you can go to a 6%, then it would make sense to refinance because you're going to be saving 1%. And if you have a $500,000 loan, you're going to be saving $500 a month on your monthly payment. So it's a substantial amount, but on the IRRRL, it just has to make sense on why you're doing it. Like you wouldn't, if you had a 7%, you wouldn't refinance to go to a 7.5% because that wouldn't make sense. So it just be, you have to make sure that the numbers make sense. Then obviously there's the VA first-time buyer. If you're a veteran, you can use first-time buyers on top with the VA, and you can get the one thing that's really cool about VA. There is no mortgage insurance. There's no income restrictions. There's no location restrictions, and then you can get up to 4% for closing costs. Now the VA loan is 100% financing, so there is no down payment. And then the closing cost maximum seller contribution, or you can finance the closing costs into the loan, is 4%. So if you're buying a $500,000 house, then you can add 4K Carter, can rent payment help in any way, shape? Yeah, I mean, so if you're buying a property that has rental income, you can use that for the qualification. If you're doing like a DSCR, non-QM loan, that rental income would go against the qualification for the debt service. It's always good to have that. If you own rental properties and you have rental income and you're trying to qualify for a new loan, that can help. Rental properties that are producing income are good. There are also tax write-offs for depreciation. It's also asset appreciation. There's a lot of things you can do with real estate to benefit you. So, but the first-time buyer, you can use the tax credit and save on your taxes $166 a month, up to $2,000 per year, and then get up to 4%. 4K card, or no, meaning you pay rent. Oh, if you have rental history, yeah, that does look good. Yeah, they want to see normally when you're getting a loan that you have at least a year of rental history. Yeah, that's important too. I'm sorry, I thought you were saying you own rental properties. But basically, those are all of the VA home loan options that are available. We offer them nationwide, and with the exception of New York. Right now, we don't do VA in New York, but we do it everywhere else. So, going back to the multifamily, like you mentioned, rental income or rental payments. If you're buying a home that's a duplex or a 4-family or a 3-family, this is a really interesting thing. So let's just say that you're buying a duplex, in Austin for $1 million, and the second unit pays $3,000 a month rent. You can collect that rent and have that pay your mortgage and help to qualify in your income. So if you make $8,000 a month, you can add 75% of the $3,000 towards your income to qualify for the new home loan. Even though you may not even have a lease signed yet. You might not even have a tenant in there right now, maybe vacant. You can still do that. And the same goes if there's a third unit and a fourth unit. So you have to live in one of the units because the VA is for primary residence, but you can rent out the other units. So it's a really, and there's no limit to the loan amount. The only limit is your debt to income ratio. So it's a really, really cool program because, I mean, really, you're not going to get anything better in the world with 100% financing, no PMI, low 30-year fixed rate, no income restrictions, no location restrictions. I mean, it's unbelievable. So if you're a veteran, you definitely want to be utilizing that. If you're a surviving spouse of a veteran, your spouse passed away, and you want to use the VA benefits, you can do that. If you're a veteran too, and you want to assume a mortgage, you can also assume a mortgage if you're a veteran, subject to qualification. So there's a lot of powerful things that you can do as a veteran. And I just want to put this information out there. I think those are some of the biggest talking points, then, that you can use your tier 2 status, your bonus entitlement, to help you to buy a second home with the VA. So you can keep your current VA home if you want. You don't have to, you can sell it, but you keep that and then buy another one. So you have that right as a veteran. A lot of people aren't aware of that because it's not on their COE or their DD-214. So I'm just putting the information out there to educate you so you're aware of how it works. And, so you may know a veteran, or they may be struggling. And we've helped so many veterans to be able to purchase homes. And then a lot of them think because their credit is below 620 that they can't qualify for a loan. And they just get, they stay stuck renting. And we've helped thousands of veterans all over the country to buy their home with 507 credit, 563, 540, 580, 593. If you have the ability to repay the loan, you have to have the ability to repay the loan. Okay, so you have to have some type of income coming in. If you have that and you have, somewhat decent credit, and you have to have rental history, and the other thing is you have to have 3 months of reserves. So what is reserves? You have to have 3 months of payments in the bank account for the house payment. So if your payment on the house is $1,000, you have to have $3,000 in the account, and preferably no late payments on your credit in the last 12 months. Ideally, that would be ideal. It's not a line in the sand requirement, but it would be ideal. So does anyone have any questions? Don't forget to give us a shout out, a big thumbs up, enable notifications. Please share, subscribe, like that bell. If you know any veterans that will benefit from watching this content, please get it out to them. We've been 4K card, you can full underwrite. Yeah, we do everything in-house. We're a direct lender. So please reach out to us, 832-431-6331. We're open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central. Yeah, definitely reach out. We'd love to help you and talk to you to figure it out, to get it going. If we can help anything, please let me know. Call, text my office, 832-431-6331. Yeah, don't forget about our loan broker affiliate program. If you want to become a loan partner, you can get signed up for us, get paid for referrals. If we work with you as a happy customer, vendor, investor, go to Angelo Christian Mortgage on Google, give us a 5-star review. We'll hook you up with an Amazon gift card. If you're looking for funding, go to our website or call or text my office, 832-431-6331. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in, watching the show on the channel tonight with Angelo Christian. We'll be back again tomorrow with another live episode on builder construction. So really appreciate all of you guys checking us out tonight. Thank you so much. Take care with your loved ones. Peace out. Enjoy your evening. We'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you.